We have a problem with education in India. We have 8 to 10 million graduates a year that our educational system puts out. Less than half of them are viewed by employers as fully employable. And if you talk to employers as to what they see lacking in half of these 8 to 10 million graduates, the answers come down to two things. They come down to lack of soft skills to some degree, but they equally come down to the fact that the kind of learning that many of these graduates are experiencing during their programs are probably not contemporary, are probably not current, and are probably not immediately transferable into the workplace. So the lack of applicability of their education is a large contributor to why it is that 4 or 5 million Indians every year who are graduating are viewed as unemployable. This is a larger societal problem. And the reason we're excited about working with Masai School is we feel that this is an opportunity for us to contribute towards solving that particular problem. Now, what brings Masai and SPJIMR together, I think, are complementary capabilities. What SPJIMR brings to the table is the ability to create graduates or up-level graduates to people or professionals that industry needs. What Masai brings to the table is a unique ability to find these kinds of graduates, motivate these graduates, and provide an encouraging educational structure through which these graduates who are in Masai programs actually complete the programs. See, one of the challenges with online education is the number of people who start programs and don't really get the most out of it. So a good edtech partner is one who knows how to essentially get the best out of the student. I think Masai knows how to do that. So hopefully our competence in content and Masai's competence in sort of delivering and contextualizing it to that audience will result in closing a big gap that I think Indian industry and academia has. So the larger gap that I mentioned, this gap between what you have learned in your college and what it is that an employer needs, which is a gap that SPJIMR hopes to address, manifests itself in many fields. This is true for students who have tried to study marketing. This is true for students who are in BCom and finance programs, especially true probably for students in arts and humanities programs as well. Now, let's just take one particular vertical or domain in this larger list of various disciplines I mentioned. So let's pick finance. Right? Let's take finance and commerce. Now, what is it that a finance or a commerce graduate really needs to work in the modern place? The modern finance world is now typified with technology being used, new kinds of regulations that are present, new kinds of risks that are emerging, new globalization opportunities that are now available. These are sort of the changes that have happened in the finance sector. So a BCom graduate of 5 years ago or 10 years ago might actually wander into a finance market, into a finance company today and think that they've, gone into a strange new planet. That's how quickly the finance industry has changed. And therefore, when we work with Masai to look at finance as a specific vertical, which is in fact the very first course that we're launching, we looked at what it is that these BCom and finance graduates could pick up, or young professionals could pick up, that makes them even more desirable. And these are areas like FinTech. These are areas like regulatory compliance, like risk management. There are new kinds of assessment frameworks. How does ESG fit in? How does impact get measured? And figure out a way of up-leveling yourself and making yourself relevant to the modern banks and the modern MNCs and the modern insurance companies, the modern online brokers and so forth. Technology has changed the way finance is done. Everybody needs technology. And therefore, that's one of the things that our first program with Masai will try and address. Take away from this program that you can be whatever it is that you want to be. That hard work and the ability and the desire to be that next level person is what is going to define you. It doesn't matter where you came from. All that matters is where you finish. And I think that's really the kind of a positive message that a Masai and an SPJIMR needs to bring to our 8 to 10 million graduates a year, that you can be anything you want to be. You just need to put in the effort, and the support system and the mentor group and the environment around you wants you to succeed. The question is, do you want to succeed?